Hi, I'm Corey Adams. I'm a tax manager here at Kirkring and Barbario. I'm joined today by Brian from our individual tax team.
Hey everyone.
And with the passing of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, or OB3A, as we like to call it here, there are a few key tax credit changes that could affect your personal tax planning over the next couple of years, especially if you're a parent, a homeowner, or thinking about buying an electric vehicle, which weirdly enough, I've had all three happen to me in this past year. So there's some good stuff. And I just want to let it be known that this bill is still evolving and we expect it to continue to evolve. Our information as we're giving it today is based on what we know today. As more guidance comes out and is shared, we will provide those updates to you. So, Brian, you want to kick it off with some questions?
Sure. I wanted to ask you what's going on first with the child tax credit?
That is a great question, and it was one of the big key provisions of this bill. And the big picture is it's getting better, but it's not unlimited. Starting in 2025, the credit is going to increase to $2,200 per child. And then beginning in 2026, it'll adjust with inflation. But one of the key aspects there that also got changed, in addition to the amount, is the refundable portion. So that's the money you'll get back even if you don't owe taxes. Now it applies per child, not just for your first child or not just one number for the entire family. So that means larger families are going to see a much bigger credit, especially if they have earned income over 2,500, which is the threshold where the refund starts to phase in.
Okay. So the credit's bigger and more families can qualify for a refund, just not a full one unless they meet certain income levels.
Right, and I want to expand on that a little bit because it can be a little confusing. But essentially, if you have enough income tax to be offset by the credit, you'll get the full amount. You don't have to worry about this refundable portion. The refundable portion only comes into play when you don't have enough tax liability to take the credit, to offset the credit. So for those who are in that situation, this change is going to allow you to have more of that credit refunded to you, even though you don't have a tax liability.
Okay, that makes sense. So now what about tax credits for home upgrades? Are those still available?
They are, but the clock is ticking on this. So through the end of 2025, homeowners can still get up to 30% back on qualified energy efficient improvements. So think things like solar panels, insulation, windows, heat pumps. But after December 31st, 2025, so the end of this year, those residential energy credits are going to go away completely. To qualify, the work has to be fully installed and operational by that date, not just contracted. So if you want to get the credit, you can't just have a contract to have these things done. It also has to be fully installed and completed.
Okay, so definitely if someone's planning a major project, they should get moving now, right?
Yes, these credits can save thousands if the timing works out. And, if you've ever had any of these things done, the windows, the solar panels, they're major projects and they can take some time. So get on it now if you still want to get the tax credits.
Seems like a lot's changing. Um, What about electrical vehicle credits? Can people still use those?
Yes, that's another one that is going to be ending soon, and it's actually going to be ending very soon. We're filming this in August, so we've got a little bit of runway to go, but not much. So the $7,500 credit for new electric vehicles and the $4,000 credit for used vehicles, it's set to expire after September 30th, 2025. So that's September 30th of this year. That includes the dealer-based credit where you can essentially apply the credit to your purchase amount at the dealership and essentially use it as a discount. Uh, the key thing here is that your vehicle has to be delivered and registered by the end of September 2025. If it's delayed even by a day, the credit is gone. So similar to those residential credits, essentially you have to have it fully in your possession, fully registered to be able to get that credit before September 30th, 2025. You can't just be under contract to buy it and not have received the delivery or custody of the vehicle.
Gosh, it feels like this is going to be a busy year for a lot of people. Now, that credit, does it apply to businesses as well if they buy EVs?
Yes, the credit's there for businesses, but it's also disappearing on that same timeline. So if you want to take advantage of this credit, you need to act quickly. And September 30th, 2025, again, is that deadline, and it does apply to businesses as well.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, I think that is some great items there. There's some major changes. Like I said, I know I'm personally affected by all of those changes. I know a lot of other people will be. But to recap, the child tax credit is going up in 2025, and then the refundability portion is improved for those who may not have tax liability to utilize the full credit. The home energy credits are set to end after 2025. And just remember, you have to have your project completed before the end of the year to be able to qualify for that. You can't just be contracted. After that, they go away. So get your home improvement projects done this year. And lastly, the EV credits, they're set to disappear even sooner, September 30th, 2025. You need to have the vehicle in your possession, purchased and registered on or before September 30th, 2025, or you will not get that EV credit. So if you have any questions about how OB3A may affect your taxes or how we can plan around some of these credits, please contact me, Corey Adams, or your KB representative. You can also find some great information on our resource page at kbgrp.com.
Thank you, Corey.